Five Nights at Freddy's 2 arrives with the weight of huge expectations, especially after the first film proved that the franchise could successfully move from video game horror to a cinematic experience. This sequel leans deeper into the unsettling mythology of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, expanding the story while maintaining the claustrophobic dread that fans associate with the series. Rather than simply repeating the formula of the first movie, it pushes the narrative into darker territory, exploring the origins of the animatronics, the lingering trauma left behind by past crimes, and the idea that some places never truly forget what happened inside their walls. The overall direction of the film suggests a more intense and emotionally layered experience. While the first movie focused heavily on survival and mystery within a single location, the sequel broadens its scope both in story and emotional stakes. It leans into the fear of the unknown, where familiar mascots become even more terrifying as their history is slowly uncovered. The tone balances psychological horror with sudden bursts of violence, creating a constant sense of unease that never fully lets the audience relax. The story takes place after the events of the first film, in a world where Freddy Fazbear's Pizza has become a symbol of tragedy and unanswered questions. The location may be shut down or rebranded, but its past refuses to stay buried. Strange incidents, unexplained malfunctions, and disturbing rumors begin to surface once again, drawing new characters into the nightmare. The film plays with the idea that evil can linger, attaching itself to people, objects, and memories long after the original events are over. At the center of the story is a new protagonist, someone connected to the pizzeria in an unexpected way. This character is not just an outsider stumbling into danger, but someone whose past is intertwined with the place and its secrets. Their journey is driven by a need for answers, whether it is about missing children, broken families, or personal guilt. As they dig deeper, they realize that the animatronics are more than malfunctioning machines. They are vessels for something far more disturbing. Returning characters from the first film continue to play an important role, adding continuity and emotional weight. Their experiences have left lasting scars, and the sequel shows how surviving one nightmare does not mean freedom from its consequences. Trauma follows them, shaping their decisions and relationships. This approach grounds the horror in human emotion, making the fear feel personal rather than abstract. The animatronics themselves are far more aggressive and unpredictable this time. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy are no longer just lurking threats. They are active forces driving the plot forward. Their movements feel more deliberate, as if guided by memories and rage rather than faulty programming. New variations and designs may appear, reflecting different eras of the pizzeria and hinting at experiments gone wrong. Each animatronic encounter is designed to feel unique, using silence, shadows, and sudden motion to keep the tension high. A major focus of the film is the deeper lore behind the haunted machines. The story slowly reveals fragments of the past through visual clues, dialogue, and disturbing flashbacks. Missing children, secret rooms, and corrupted technology are woven together to create a chilling picture of how the animatronics came to be. Instead of providing all the answers at once, the film allows the mystery to unfold gradually, encouraging viewers to piece together the truth themselves. The antagonist's presence in the film feels more personal and menacing than before. Rather than being a distant or unseen force, the source of the horror becomes clearer, though no less terrifying. The film explores how obsession, cruelty, and denial can turn a human into something monstrous, blurring the line between man and machine. This human element makes the horror more disturbing, as it reminds the audience that the true evil began long before the animatronics started moving. Visually, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 embraces a darker and more oppressive atmosphere. The lighting is harsher, with deeper shadows and flickering lights that create constant uncertainty. Hallways feel longer, rooms feel smaller, and every corner seems to hide something watching. The camera work often stays close to the characters, emphasizing their vulnerability and trapping the audience inside the same suffocating space. Sound design plays a critical role in amplifying the fear. Mechanical noises, distant laughter, and distorted children's voices echo through empty rooms, creating an unsettling contrast between innocence and horror. Silence is used strategically, making every creak or sudden noise feel amplified. The music remains restrained, allowing ambient sounds to build dread naturally rather than relying on constant scoring. The pacing of the film is tighter and more relentless. While there are moments of quiet tension, the story wastes little time escalating the danger. Each discovery leads to a new threat, and every attempt to escape only pulls the characters deeper into the nightmare. The sense of being watched never fades, keeping the audience on edge from beginning to end. Emotionally, the film digs deeper into themes of guilt, loss, and responsibility. Characters are forced to confront the consequences of past actions, whether they were acts of cruelty, negligence, or silence. The story suggests that ignoring evil allows it to grow stronger, and facing the truth, no matter how painful, is the only way forward. This moral weight gives the horror a lasting impact beyond jump scares. The cast delivers performances that balance fear with realism. The main character's vulnerability makes their struggle believable, while supporting characters add layers of tension through conflicting motivations and secrets. Some characters may appear trustworthy at first, only to reveal hidden agendas or dark pasts. This uncertainty keeps the audience guessing about who can truly be relied upon. The animatronics are brought to life with a combination of practical effects and subtle enhancements, giving them a physical presence that feels tangible and threatening. Their movements are intentionally unnatural, reinforcing the idea that these are not just machines but corrupted imitations of life. Close-up shots emphasize worn textures, damaged parts, and lifeless eyes that somehow still feel aware. As the plot moves toward its climax, the film becomes increasingly intense and chaotic. Survival becomes less about hiding and more about confronting the source of the horror directly. Characters are pushed to their limits, forced to make sacrifices and impossible choices. The danger feels inescapable, reinforcing the idea that once you are part of Freddy Fazbear's story, leaving is never simple. The ending of Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is designed to be both shocking and thought-provoking. Rather than offering complete closure, it leaves certain questions unanswered, hinting that the nightmare is far from over. The conclusion emphasizes the cyclical nature of the horror, suggesting that as long as the truth remains buried, the animatronics will continue to find ways to return. From an overview perspective, the film expands the universe in a way that feels faithful to the spirit of the games while adapting the story for a broader audience. It respects longtime fans by incorporating familiar elements and lore, while also ensuring that newcomers can follow the central narrative. The balance between mystery and explanation keeps the story engaging without overloading it with exposition. In terms of plot, the sequel builds on the foundation of the first film, deepening the mythology and raising the stakes. Each act of the story adds new layers of tension, gradually revealing the horrors hidden behind the cheerful facade of the pizzeria. The narrative structure is designed to keep viewers constantly questioning what is real, what is remembered, and what is being manipulated by darker forces. Regarding release expectations, the film is positioned as a major continuation of the franchise, aiming to satisfy both horror fans and followers of the original games. Its arrival represents a commitment to exploring the Five Nights at Freddy's universe in greater depth, signaling that the story is far from finished. The anticipation surrounding its release reflects the franchise's lasting popularity and the audience's desire to see its lore fully realized on screen. Trailer material for the movie focuses heavily on atmosphere and tension rather than revealing major plot details. Quick flashes of animatronic faces, dark corridors, and frightened expressions are used to build unease. Familiar sounds and visual cues hint at returning threats, while new imagery suggests that the danger has evolved. The trailers aim to unsettle rather than explain, drawing viewers in with mood and mystery. Overall, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 positions itself as a darker, more ambitious sequel that embraces the psychological horror at the heart of the franchise. By expanding the story, deepening the characters, and intensifying the fear, the film seeks to deliver an experience that lingers long after the credits roll. It reinforces the idea that Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is more than a location. It is a cursed space shaped by tragedy, memory, and unresolved evil. The sequel does not just continue the story, it amplifies it, proving that some nightmares only grow stronger with time.